Yo, what's good, guys? AC, how we all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we back on the NBA 2K22 grind, you know what I mean? Today's a different kind of video. We're on my NBA this time, and we're just gonna start a new series, you know what I mean? Like, I came up with a new series yesterday, and yeah, even though it says October 19th, 2021, what we're gonna do today is, as you lot read from the title of this video, I re-simulated the last 5 years of the NBA, and just to see what would happen, you know what I mean? So yeah, we're right now we starting the 2016-2017 season, and man, it was a mad year because from Russell Westbrook averaging a triple double, from KD leaving the OKC Thunder to go to the Golden State Warriors and winning a championship. LeBron and Kyrie failing to retain the title, and yeah, obviously Kawhi emerging as a superstar with the Spurs. So yeah, it was such a mad season, and honestly one of the best seasons in NBA history. Not gonna lie. So yeah, without further ado, let me just show you how all the squads are doing. Let's go. And so yeah, starting off with the Philadelphia 76ers, obviously this team wasn't as good as they are right now, but they got the number one pick in this year's draft class, obviously drafting Ben Simmons with the number one pick, and then Joel Embiid, even though he didn't play for the first two seasons of his career, but he slowly started to recover from that injury, and he started to really show his qualities in this season. And obviously for the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis, 21 years old, already a 90 rated player, so that's crazy to see. And then for the Chicago Bulls, my guy Jimmy Butler, 28 years old, 91 overall, leading the Bulls. And obviously a Heat icon, Dwayne Wade, 34 years old, still going strong with an 83 overall. And then for the Cleveland Cavaliers, one of the best teams in the NBA this year, obviously reaching the finals against the Golden State Warriors, LeBron James, 31 years old, 96 overall. And Kyrie Irving, this would be his last year on the Cavs, and obviously as you can see, he has a 1 year deal on his contract, so let's see what he's going to do on the off season depending on how the season goes. And then for the Boston Celtics, another favorite player of mine, Isaiah Thomas, 30 years old, 87 overall, still going strong, and one of his best seasons as well personally for him. And then for the Los Angeles Clippers, Chris Paul, 32 years old, 91 overall. Likes of Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan still on this team, Lob City Clippers as they were nicknamed. And then for the Memphis Grizzlies, Zach Randolph, obviously in real life now they retired his jersey, so he's a pretty important player for them. Obviously even Mike Conley now on the Jazz, but he was a pretty good player for him on the Grizzlies. And then for the Atlanta Hawks, Paul Millsap, Dennis Schroeder, Dwight Howard, Tim Hardaway Jr., and obviously my Miami Heat. Obviously we did reach the playoffs because we went on that 13-game winning streak at the very end, but it wasn't our best squad. Obviously Hassan Whiteside, 28 years old, 87 overall, was leading us at the time, and even Chris Bosh was here at the time, he's still going strong with an 85 overall. And then Goran Dragic, also a pretty good point guard for us. And for the Charlotte Hornets, Kemba Walker leading this team to playoff contention with 89 overall, 29 years old. He played one of his best basketball in Charlotte. And then for the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert, Gordon Hayward. Obviously Donovan Mitchell was still not drafted because I think he was the next draft class, I'm pretty sure, but at least they're starting to turn into a good team. And then for the Sacramento Kings, another team that really struggled this season, not had too many wins, and as you all can see from their squad, they didn't have the best type of players either. Obviously, De'Aaron Fox still wasn't on this team because he wasn't drafted yet, and therefore Rudy Gay was their best player. For the New York Knicks, my favorite player of all time, Carmelo Anthony, was in his prime this year, man. 22 overall, 29 years old, still going strong. And then obviously Kristaps Porzingis, I'm pretty sure he got drafted this year, or it was the year beforehand, I'm not sure, but he was still a pretty good player for the Knicks. And obviously Derrick Rose, he was already on the New York Knicks this time, 84 overall. Obviously not the same Derrick Rose we all know and love when he was on the Chicago Bulls, but he's still a quality player for them. And then for the Los Angeles Lakers, honestly, in my opinion, this was one of the best young cores in NBA history, like with the likes of Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, even Sixth Man of the Year last year, Jordan Clarkson. They had such a great group of young players, but they simply just threw them away for players in their prime, such as Anthony Davis and even LeBron James as well. And then for the Orlando Magic, obviously Nikola Vucevic leading the line for them. The Dallas Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki still going strong at the brink of retirement, so it doesn't really matter. And then for the Brooklyn Nets, Brook Lopez leading this team, 85 overall. Obviously no KD, Harden, or Kyrie just yet, but even Karis LeVert was also a good player at this time. Even Spencer Dinwiddie. And for the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, not the best at this time, not the MVP version we all see right now, but he was definitely a growing player and not one that many people expected to turn out how he is right now in real life. So it was definitely nice to see him, and let's see how he's going to develop here. And even with the likes of Jamal Murray and Danilo Gallinari. And then for the Indiana Pacers, PG was still on this team, leading the line, 31 years old, 88 overall. And honestly, man, at this point, he was the only star on this team. Monta Ellis was not the same player when he joined the Pacers. And sadly for PG, even though he loved Indiana, he still had to leave. And for the New Orleans Pelicans, obviously, AD was still on his 3-year deal, leading the line for them, even with prime DeMarcus Cousins, man. This guy was a joy to watch when he was in his prime. It's just sad to see that he's now being tossed around the league just on 10-day contracts, you know what I mean? It's pretty sad. And the Detroit Pistons, obviously Andre Drummond leading the line for them, and even Tobias Harris. And for the Toronto Raptors, they were one of the best teams as well in the NBA, leading going to the, I'm pretty sure, the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavs, I'm pretty sure, or it was the Celtics. I think it was the Celtics, yeah. But it was DeMar DeRozan, Jonas Valanciunas, Kyle Lowry, Norman Powell. So they had a pretty strong core of players. And then for the Houston Rockets, even though Russell Westbrook won the MVP, but man, James Harden had an incredible year as well, with the likes of Clint Capella, which was a good rim blocker, and even Lou Williams, he was a good point guard off the bench. And for the San Antonio Spurs, this is where Kawhi Leonard made his name in the NBA, even though he suffered quite a bit of injuries, but numbers on the table. And obviously LaMarcus Aldridge as well, even he's on a 1-year deal, and even Kawhi. So we're gonna see what will happen again in the offseason with Kawhi. Will he re-sign with the Spurs? Will he not? Let's see what will happen. And yeah, for the Phoenix Suns, not the best team as they are right now. Obviously Eric Bledsoe leading the way, but a young Devin Booker at 24 years old, 81 overall. I'm pretty sure he's gonna grow as the episodes go on. And for the Oklahoma City Thunder, MVP of this year, Russell Westbrook, 32 years old, 94 overall. I'm pretty sure he was not 32 years old at this time. But yeah, he averaged a triple-double, so that was just insane. And for the Minnesota Timberwolves, obviously, Karl-Anthony Towns leading the way for them. I'm pretty sure he was a bit younger this time. He wasn't exactly 25 years old, because right now he's at least 27, something like that. So the ages are kind of wrong. But even Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins, so even Ricky Rubio. So this team had a pretty good potential, but sadly they broke up in the end. So we couldn't see what would have happened. And for the Portland Trail Blazers, Dame was not 31 years old at the time, so another mistake. But yeah, he was at 94 overall, so it was pretty good to see. Obviously, sadly for him, the Portland Trail Blazers aren't the best team, but he shows his loyalty, and that's why everybody loves him for that. And even CJ McCollum. And then for the Golden State Warriors, the best team in the NBA and the team that won the championship this year, KD still on his 3-year deal. Then Steph, Klay Thompson, Draymond. So it was just a pretty packed team, even JaVale McGee and stuff. So it was a pretty good team, and just goes to show why they beat the Cavs in the finals. And then for the Washington Wizards, obviously John Wall was in his prime in this year, alongside with Bradley Beal. And yeah, that would do it for all the squads. I mean, there's pretty good potential for a lot of young players and just for the superstars in the league, just to see how they're gonna perform. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the offseason. Now we at the end of the season, and James Harden wins the MVP, averaging 31.3 points a game, notching up 5.8 rebounds and 9.7 assists. As for the All-NBA teams, obviously James Harden, the MVP himself, Damian Lillard, LeBron James, Melo, my guy, Nikola Vucevic. Then for the All-NBA second team, Jimmy Butler, let's go, Kemba Walker, Anthony Davis, KD, and Boogie. And for all the NBA third team, Ben Simmons made it into this one as a rookie. Unfortunately, he's injured, so hopefully he gets better. Russell Westbrook, Giannis, Kevin Love, and even Carl as well. And he's injured as well, so hopefully he gets better. And now looking at the league leaders, we got Damian Lillard averaging almost a 40 piece every single game. Are you mad? 38.3 points. James Harden, obviously the MVP, 32. Kemba, 30. Zach LaVine, 29. Jimmy, 29. KD, 27. Then LeBron, Melo, Russ, PG. Man, a lot of players averaging 25 plus points. So you already could tell this season was pretty entertaining. So for rebounds, we got Andre Drummond leading in rebounds, and even Kyle Lowry in assists. For the conference standings here in the Eastern Conference, we got the Toronto Raptors as the first seed, winning 59 games and 23 losses. And man, just look at the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Raptors, man. Identical records, and I'm pretty sure the Raptors just beat them to it with the conference record with 41-11 compared to the Cavs 37-15. But man, they just have alternating records in the home record and alternating records in the road record. So just outrageous between those two. I was betting on my money for the Cavs to be the first seed, so that was pretty impressive from the Raptors. And then the New York Knicks led by Melo, the Boston Celtics, Atlanta Hawks, Charlotte Hornets, Milwaukee Bucks, Detroit Pistons, and even my Miami Heat. Let's go. And the Chicago Bulls. And it's the Houston Rockets who get the first seed, winning 61 games, which is outrageous, 21 losses. And now even the Oklahoma City Thunder, led by Russ himself, 54 wins, 28 losses. The Los Angeles Clippers get the third seed, which is pretty impressive, 53 wins, 29 losses. And man, the Golden State Warriors kind of underwhelmed a bit, you know what I mean? Because like, they have KD, they have Clay, they have Steph, they have Draymond, they even have Iguodala. How are they getting the fourth seed? I mean, they might still end up winning the championship. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, lot. They might still win it all. But I was expecting more of them considering the team they have. And then obviously the New Orleans, Memphis, Portland, the Jazz, the Timberwolves, the Kings. The Kings made it to the playoffs. Oh my days, that doesn't even happen in real life. You can already tell this is 2K, man. The Sacramento Kings making the playoffs. Are you mad? So yeah, that was the conference standings. You lot saw the league leaders. You lot saw the All NBA teams and who won the MVP. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Let the playoffs begin. And so the Boston Celtics, led by Isaiah Thomas himself, is going to sweep the Atlanta Hawks in 4. And yeah, man, Boston just have a great squad, and Atlanta even though they have very good core players, but they simply cannot match with the quality of the Boston Celtics. So yeah, Boston Celtics advance. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers that are gonna sweep the Memphis Grizzlies 131-118. Absolute destroying on the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Clippers get a 3 right there. Absolute domination from them, no chance whatsoever, and they advance to the next round. And so now we got the number 2 seed, the OKC Thunder, are gonna go for the sweep against the Portland Trailblazers. Once again, absolute domination by them. No chance for the Trailblazers at all. They just do not have the team to match with them. And yeah, once again, OKC are advancing to the next round. And so now we have the Houston Rockets. They're up by 3 and the Sacramento Kings foul. Houston trying to look for the sweep and advance to the second round. Obviously with the MVP, James Harden himself. Yeah, with the free throws, James Harden. This for the dagger, and he gets it in. It's surely end for the Houston Rockets now. And now can he get the second one as well? And he gets in. Surely now. That's the wrap for the game. And looks like now the Houston Rockets are going straight to the semifinals of the Western Conference. And so now we got the Milwaukee Bucks against the Cleveland Cavaliers. An absolute obliteration by the Cavs, led by Kyrie and LeBron themselves, and even Kevin Love. But yeah, there's no chance the Milwaukee Bucks are beating the Cavs this year. Even though they have a young Giannis and even Middleton, but the Cavs just way too much quality on team, like the names I've mentioned before. And another complete domination here in the Eastern Conference. The Raptors absolute obliterate the Detroit Pistons here, 130-86. And man, I was not expecting that scoreline, but again, just look at the team that Toronto has, from DeMar to Larry to Jonas Valanciunas. So they have a good team. And honestly, the Pistons, they're just the Pistons, man. They're led by Drummond, but again, no star power in their team. This is always going to be difficult. But yeah, the Raptors advance to the second round. And would you look at that? The New Orleans Pelicans are on the brink of eliminating the Golden State Warriors. And it's PG on the New Orleans Pelicans. What? He moved from Indiana to the Pelicans, man? No wonder they're doing so good. Jeez. But man, the Golden State Warriors, though, there has to be an injury or something. There's no way this team is not making at least to the Western Conference Finals. But nah, definitely credit to the Pelicans, though. They obviously still have Boogie, Anthony Davis, and now PG. So that's a super team right there. And now here in Cleveland in the second round, looks like the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. They beat the New York Knicks in 5 games, and it looks like LeBron and Kyrie are once again on the way to make it to the NBA Finals. Just absolute obliteration by the Cavs. No chance for the Knicks at all. And sadly for my guy Melo, he will not be going to his first Eastern Conference Finals, which is unfortunate, but what can you do when you have LeBron on your team? He's always going to have the superior factor in the game, and what can you do? And it's now New Orleans and the Houston Rockets. Houston is leading 3-1 right now in this series, a 2-point game. Can the New Orleans fans get one back? Now here's PG, and he gets it. It's timeout for the Rockets, and it's all tied now. What will happen in the final seconds of the fourth quarter? Now final 20 seconds. Here's James Harden, the star player, the MVP of the league this year. Final 15 seconds. James Harden, what will he do? Marked by PG. Still Harden. He's gonna run the clock. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Here's James Harden to win it, and it's blocked by Boogie. 4 seconds. Oh my days, what a play there. Let's see that one more time. Jeez. Now once again, here's Harden for 3, and cannot get it, and it's gonna go. There's a timeout for the Pelicans, sorry. Final 8 milliseconds left here in the fourth quarter. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go to overtime unless something spectacular happens. Let's see what happens. Final play here for the Pelicans. Can they get a shot real quick here? They have AD. Now he's PG for the win. Oh, he cannot get it, and it will go into overtime, end of regulation. And now final seconds of overtime. The Houston Rockets lead by 1. The New Orleans Pelicans, now here's James Harden, and he gets it. He gets the 3 going. A 4-point lead now. Will that be the end for the New Orleans Pelicans' hopes now? What a 3-pointer there. Great play by James Harden. And that could be a crucial shot here in the final seconds of overtime. However, the Pelicans are not done yet. PG on the ball. They still got time. 20 seconds. Here's Anthony Davis. Goes for the alley-oop and gets it in. And PG has to foul Harden there. Now here's Harden with the free throws, and he gets the first one in. 3-point lead now. He has to get this one. Will he get it? Yes, he does. Pelicans need a stop here. Here's Anthony Davis. AD. Here's to PG for 3. Oh, he cannot get it. And that's surely that's the final blow for the Pelicans, man. PG, he really should have got that shot. And now it's Trevor Ariza gonna go to the line to get some free throws in. Trevor Ariza to finally put Pelicans into the bed. Yes, he does. He gets the first one in. The second one, surely will be the dagger. Trevor Ariza, he misses it. Now here's AD, Quinn Cook to PG. PG for three. Cannot get it in. 3 seconds left. Patrick Beverly, James Harden, and that's the final against the Pelicans and Rockets. What a game. He had the final stretch and in overtime as well. Big shot by James Harden at the very end. And it's the Houston Rockets going into the Western Conference Finals. And so now we here with the Toronto Raptors and the Boston Celtics. Toronto leads the series 3-1, and it's an absolute blowout by the Raptors. They most likely now confirmed gonna go to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavaliers. No chance for the Celtics. Absolutely obliterated them. And yeah, just goes to show how good the Raptors are with the likes of Lowry, Ibaka, DeMar. They're finally gonna have a chance to get revenge against the Cavs in 2016. So now we got the OKC Thunder against the LA Clippers, and it looks like OKC Thunder are going into the Western Conference Finals against the Houston Rockets. Absolute obliteration here in Game 7 against the Clippers. No chance for them at all. And honestly, a very underwhelming considering how good the Clippers are with the likes of CP3, DeAndre Jordan, JJ Redick, and even Blake Griffin on the team. So it really was not a contest at all, which is kind of disappointing. But again, the OKC Thunder are just too good, man. And so the first team that are going to play in today's simulation of the NBA Finals are going to be none other than the Cleveland Cavaliers with the likes of Braun and Kyrie. They absolutely destroyed the Toronto Raptors in Game 6. Just look at the scoreline, man. And once again, the Raptors cannot take this opportunity to beat them. And sadly for the Raptors, they're going home, and the Cavaliers advancing. And now, as for the Western Conference Finals, it looks like the OKC Thunder are gonna beat the Houston Rockets in 6 games. And what you look at that, a 26 point win game. It seems like Russ is gonna have a new opportunity to win a ring for OKC. And yeah, let's just see what's gonna happen in the NBA Finals. So yes, guys, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the NBA Finals here in 2K22. It's the Cavaliers against the Thunder. So it all comes down to this: who will win the NBA Finals? Let's get straight into the action. And so here in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, an absolute domination by the Cavs. It looks like they're gonna win the championship. Final 10 seconds of the game. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's done. Cleveland wins the championship. The Cavs win this simulation and they rewrite history. In real life, they lost in 2017, but here Braun and Kyrie get it done in the finals. So what does that mean? Does Kyrie doesn't necessarily ask for a trade now that he becomes a free agent in the offseason? We will see about that, what happens in the next episode. But yeah, celebrations here in Cleveland. They are the best team in the NBA for 2016-17. And now Adam Silver delivering the championship towards the players. What a moment for everybody involved for Cleveland. And man, they've just been the best team in the whole league, man. Like, surprisingly, because to be fair, the Warriors did have the best team on paper, but sadly some injuries did happen during the season. And what can you do? You can only beat whoever's in front of you, you know what I mean? And for our finals MVP for this simulation is none other than Kim James himself. So yeah, like I said before, Kyrie Irving and Kawhi Leonard are entering in their final year into their contracts. Will they re-sign or will they move to another team? You lot are gonna see that in the next episode. And this just in, James Harden will not be re-signing with the Houston Rockets, so it's going to be a big blow for them considering how much they relied on him. And you are going to see the decision he makes in the next episode on which team he will sign with. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I catch you all later. Take care and peace.